we are doing, actually right now, the importing of winning offers in Europe, okay, doing it in Asia.
And I think this is where China set an example in creating an influencer marketing industry. So they were like, influencer marketing is a full-time job in China. There are literally like, office spaces where people tap with their ID card, go in at 10 a.m. and come out at 6 p.m.
They use a lot of those live streams, and live streams, like the volume they move in China is like freaking crazy. Like I'm talking like the top influencers that do live streams. We're talking few 100 million US for like 2-3 hour streams.
So if you are still not joined, and if you are not inside already in Asian market, the only way where can leads you to having a successful things, successful business and offers, it's starting slowly, play small, don't go big, not at all. See affiliate or either affiliate offers as a test of business. So it's needed to take a look on single KPI, needs to take a look on single offers with ROI and so on, but what I advise and what is needed to do with my personal idea and experience is going slowly with a single test will lead you in a couple of months, and so it's needed patience, guys, to understand more. Understanding more, then you are able to scale, to get into the business, to get more familiar with what is Asian countries. I mean, talking by my side, being everyone of you knows, I mean, right now I'm an Italian, so being European and joining in a market where different language, different culture, still new, at least by European side, how to get into it, back into the point, how I said before, find a friends in Thailand, either in other Asian countries, okay, whatever, and start working with them, because if they know a logistic, whatever, or a call center, or an affiliate network, you will jump into their experience again.
There has been a lot of trends that have been, well, actually always trends in marketing to Asian markets directly. And throughout time, there's been, opportunities to take those marketing strategies that have worked in Asian markets and taking them to adapt to work well in the Western markets as well. So in the last couple years, I wanted to ask you guys, what kind of marketing trends, content strategies have you seen show up in Asian markets, and how do you think those trends have been or can be adapted to work well in Western markets as well? So starting with you again, Sandeep.
Sure. So the digital marketing industry has been evolving so rapidly, right? 3 years ago, 4 years ago, everybody was talking about programmatic marketing. And that was the talk of the town. Hey, we are able to buy inventory real time and you get access to all inventory and things like that, right? And once the privacy wave started hitting a lot of countries, especially a lot of parts of Europe, then they realized that you can't target these consumers as good as you used to target them before, right? So then what people or other marketers started exploring is what are the other growth channels that they can potentially tap into, right? And I think this is where China set an example in creating an influencer marketing industry. So they were like, influencer marketing is a full-time job in China. There are literally like, office spaces where people tap with their ID card, go in at 10 a.m. and come out at 6 p.m., right? And they sit in offices and then do streams all day. I would love to have that job, right? So they created the ecosystem. They created the network of people that can produce trusted content that can actually push audience the right products, right? Rather than trying to target them based on what they searched. And I just spoke about it in my previous session as well. The influencer marketing industry in China is so different from the US, right? In US, still 80% of all the revenue is going through brand deals. So what that means is people are getting paid a fixed amount of money, whether they bring value or not, right? And I don't think that industry is sustainable if you keep doing that way, right? Whereas in China, it's a lot more diversified. What they do is, hey, 20% goes through ecommerce, 20% goes through live stream, 20% goes to product reviews. So it's much more streamlined ecosystem that they've created, right? And I feel more countries will adapt into this in the future, because we know that with the third-party cookies getting cut, there is almost like going to be very difficult to target the right consumers. And then what might end up happening is you're going to burn up a lot of marketing capital trying to target users, and then you see the cost of acquisition keeps shooting up, right? And then customers naturally gravitate to other channels. So we'd love to hear from the rest of the panel as well.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I have to say, influencer marketing is crazy in China. I visited one of these offices where they have entire cubicles, basically like one influencer per cubicle and all the web equipment. It's insane, but it works extremely well in China.
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite a bit different than influencer marketing right now in the US and the West, but hey, maybe, well, I'm not sure if we're going to adopt cubicle style kind of influencer studios here, but definitely trending in that direction. All right, Steve, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think definitely Sandeep has a great point. I think I'm based in China for quite a while, 10 years, so I've seen a lot of all this cubicle style. We kind of modeled the same style in Vietnam as well, right? We have different layouts and everything for that case. And one thing that we saw a lot in China was they use a lot of those live streams. And live streams, the volume they move in China is freaking crazy. Like I'm talking the top influencers that do live streams. We're talking few hundred million US for 2-3 hour streams. Okay, an entire big dropshippers entire years of volume in just a few hours. And one thing that we saw is they would cut up all those into multiple different timestamps and use that to remarket and go viral again. And they will have great hooks, great selling points with the influencer itself. They will do a lot of very exaggerated kind of stuff. Oh, the boss would be sitting there and their assistants 10% off. No, they would throw away the stuff and 50% off. And they will use those clips and just do it as UGCs and just promote it through paid ads on TikTok ads in China. And the volume is just crazy. And the thing here is they use the content distribution power for TikTok along with all the affiliates that I told you guys from the creators to really exponentially just go viral. In a way, it's kind of they brute force their way, great content plus great distribution plus great product and creators. The multiply effect is it's so hard to not go viral in that case.
I wanted to add that actually, one of the things that I think has really boosted this popularity of live streams and influence in China is there is an extremely high adoption of smartphones in China. An entire generation has completely skipped computers except for work, right? So obviously smartphones are much better suited for live streams and things like that. And now, I mean, obviously in the West, it's a little bit different. I imagine, well, most of you here probably have a laptop with you. But that being said, as the younger generation, starts to grow up and, they start to, buy things. I mean, this is the TikTok generation, right? This is kind of where I do see that a lot of these learnings from Chinese markets where it's more dependent of a high mobile phone penetration is going to see actually a lot more, a lot more use in these Western markets as well as the population becomes much more smartphone, smartphone adapt.
Yeah. Seems like from Western Europe we had to take some example and some infos about Asian countries in order to bring into the European market. But sometimes happen even the inverse. I mean, from Europe, today we are doing, actually right now, the importing of winning offers in Europe, okay, doing it in Asia. So basically, even if a different culture, even if the things are quite different, the payment method or the price and so on, we are doing that whatever is working today in Spain, Italy, Bulgaria and so on, we are importing and transforming, duplicating it in Asia.